And there's David, so I'm gonna let you go.
Dude.
Sorry about that. My bad.
No, you're good. That's so tough. I mean, I love that, but I'll wait.
Wait, what happened?
Just they announced the Ludwig co-stream is gonna be in studio
Yep.
on Saturday, and it's just like of all the weekends. But I'm just happy they're doing it. It just sucks. I think I'll miss it live.
I mean, hopefully, if Shopify's smart, they will have that VOD up almost immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That way people can go and rewatch it. At least you would hope. Let me pop this out. Turn on the camera.
It's a tough weekend to watch sports.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. My family doesn't celebrate Easter as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Religion kind of fell out a little bit, so that's not really like. It's also a tough weekend because like I can't travel to go see them.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to watch. I'm also going. I'm sure this won't make some people happy, but on Saturday night, I'm going to a rooftop party during the LTA.
I mean, why would that not make people happy? It is what it is.
Because so here's the kicker: what day is Easter this year?
What, the 20th?
Of
Something like that? 19th, 20th?
it's 20th of
April.
which is
What do you mean?
not.
Oh, 420.
Yeah, the
Oh.
devil's lettuce.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's like Saturday
Oh
night
my
and the
God.
Sunday is gonna be like a hilarious mix match of like some people not doing anything for Easter and the people that do go out really going hard on Saturday night, which is gonna be great.
Yep. I should probably hide that.
I need that for Saturday. Actually, the theme is camo, and I have nothing camo.
Yeah, come here. I can give you plenty.
I have literally not a single piece of camo at all. I have to find a cheap place to buy something here soon. Like Friday, I'm going to get my hair cut, and I think that's going to be the day that I got to figure it out. Also, just so everybody is aware, because they won't be until they hear this a minute later, I'm still on a minute delay for this podcast because of last night, and I forgot to change it before I went live. So that's on me, but at the same time, it'll give us a chance to talk and not have to worry as much about chat like directly in the moment. So Larry Gaga 22, thank you for the follow, and Lay in Your Bed, thank you for the 5-month resub. But how you been? Been a week.
Yeah, I mean, not too big on the league front, at least, of games, I guess. These aren't... I mean, it's week 2 of a kind of inconsequential best of ones. I mean, Shopify doesn't look good, I guess. So
You guys look terrible, let's be honest.
yeah, that is what it is, but they're best of one, so we could end up fixing it by the end of this, and it never mattered, which is good. That is good.
Or it could
Lion
be the
seems
continuation
like-
of a trend that we saw coming in the best of ones, and you guys are in pain and agony.
Saw coming last split, but that's besides the point, I guess. I thought they should have made changes going into this one. But I get this isn't like a time where you can just make infinite changes.
No, not at the moment. I don't know. I don't even know if you got. There's not even really a valid change out there, especially after what I heard on Hotline League this Monday. That was an interesting conversation. I don't know if you caught it around like players going to tier 2 orgs, or not tier 2, but like the bottom 4 orgs, and Cubby's thoughts on it.
No, what'd he say?
So apparently one of the teams, he didn't say which, but one of the teams spent an entire day instead of scrimming playing MapleStory, and the coach was like playing with them, and they never made content out of it once. So they were just playing
Oh.
MapleStory for a full day instead of scrimming, practicing, or doing anything there. Which, by the way he's saying it, sounds like it wasn't an off day. Sounds like it was like an actual like day that they were supposed to be playing, and that's what they did.
Mhm.
Or if it was their off day, like they wasted the entire off day and didn't have any content out of it.
Oof. That's well, that sucks. I don't even know what you say about that.
There's
I'm
nothing.
sure it's a private team.
I watched a Los Ratones TikTok today because they put out like weekly updates, and Cadril was going through his like weekly schedule of like what they're gonna do, and he said they're no longer scrimming on Thursdays of each and every week, and
Oh,
in
okay.
replacement of that, they're gonna play a game like MapleStory or like what's the new drug one that's out? Um, Not Substance. I forget.
The new drug?
No,
What?
it's a video game about like making drugs. Substance. It's
Oh,
Substance
there's a
A.
game about it?
Yeah, I forget what it is, and Chad will tell me in like a minute reply. But like, yeah, they're gonna be playing stuff like that on stream, and it turns into free content as like people get to see the team interact in like settings other than League, which is brilliant,
Mm,
and that's free content for them.
yeah.
But no, we can't do
No,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough with League though, because the weird spot is in a League isn't like a super growing, I guess. Like League of Legends, the game itself isn't growing well in North America, so I don't know what you do then with the esport, because usually the esports aren't more popular than the game itself. You'd want them to be, but I think what holds most of them back is that most games still consider the esport marketing, which makes it harder. Like,
I mean, do you think this new game mode Brawl is gonna grow the game?
maybe, I mean, it's quicker, faster paced.
You never played Smite, did you?
No.
I think this game mode's gonna go over really well, really
You do?
well. Yeah, because it is the most popular and most played game mode in Smite, bar none. Now,
Yeah.
granted, you're playing third party as like Roman and Greek gods in an arena, like in an actual arena, with like fans screaming on the side, and it's like a different
Mhm.
atmosphere to the point where like it's really cool. But you're doing the same thing. You were just ushering minions in and killing people over and over and over again. Like
That is cool.
it is a ton of fun. But it's also the reason why I stopped playing Smite, because everybody just wanted to play that mode, and I wanted to play like the actual 5v5 like MOBA game mode. And
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if League goes down that same rabbit hole of, granted, it's only a part-time game mode, but people getting like the casual audience going even more casual, and like truly going down that rabbit hole of like being, Brawl fans over everything else, which could grow the game. Could also really, really hurt competitive or like ranked and solo queue, which maybe then, forces them to actually make improvements on that front.
I don't think it actually hurts though it hurts esports to hurt ranked, I guess, necessarily. Or the game really. Like ranked is kind of a weird thing where like you eventually do have to get away from it if you want a game to live forever. Like with the time of that rank takes in League of Legends. It's just so time consuming that like most people, unless they're truly like addicted to, I don't know, the game itself, or like they just want to play League for hours, are not like that's what's going to make it easier for them to stop playing, I guess, is the time commitment.
With the exception I would add of, we beat it to death, but like Premiere coming in and giving you a way to play 5v5 on a weekly basis, that's
Yeah.
really, really simple. That would
Yeah,
be
but we know
great.
that'll never happen. Like,
I think
Kind of is what it is.
Brawl has to take off for it to happen. You need a game mode to take off so well that it like cuts the ranked player base down so much that they're forced to put Premier in at this point, because they won't do it for their own good. They'll do it because they have to save the base game of League of Legends.
Yeah, they won't. I don't. Yeah, they would only do it if they had to save the game for sure. And I think like the base game, it's okay to like not kill it right, but to let it kind of be there and let another mode become more popular. That's not like the end of the world.
No.
For a game, I mean to evolve. But it would be awkward for esports, but I don't think it destroys the esport because you still have that avenue that anybody can enjoy, and it just makes it more popular. Because I mean, Clash, I know I use them a lot, but Clash of Clans they moved to making attacking easier. So like climbing the ladder in their ranked is easier. But they added a hard mode for competitive where like it actually makes the game harder. Like it makes the defenses hit harder than they usually would. So there's completely different metas for hard mode versus regular ladder climbing. And it hasn't destroyed like competitive in Clash of Clans. Now, competitive in Clash isn't obviously as big as League, but the base game is way bigger because it's a mobile game. But it hasn't destroyed like watching competitive. People still enjoy watching it because it's fun.
Do more
And they
people
still
watch
use a lot of
competitive
the
there
same
than the LTA?
strategies. Probably not. Maybe
I know
World.
not. It was just a pot shot joke.
Yeah, I mean, well, they get closer every year, but it's not for the reason you'd hope. They're not growing astronomically. I'll tell you that if you need a hint.
By the way, I appreciate your continuity.
What do you mean?
You promised you would wear it last week, and you did.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew. Epcot Center.
I was gonna make a joke when I came in of like, oh, nice Spyro shirt, just to piss you off.
Yep. Nope.
But
it's not Spyro. He's way better.
Way
better than your old dead video games. He's an old dead ride. That's what makes it better. He's a ride that people are forced to ride, essentially, by their friends and spouses who make them get on it.
Pop an edible, go. It's gonna be a wild ride, that's for sure.
Yeah. The fact one of my favorite things about Disney World is that ride and Guardians are in the same theme park.
Yep.
No less than a 10-minute walk away. 5 minutes if you walk the way I walk. 10 minutes if you walk the way my wife does. And that's how close they are. Like
the worst part is like I know I can walk that entire thing in my head.
Yeah.
That's how familiar I am with the distance between the two of them.
Yep. They're so close, but like completely different scale of goodness. I mean, honestly, even worse, it's neighboring Soren. And Soren's
that's what I was
like
about to say.
An all-time. Yeah, right.
Fun fact, I actually didn't ride that one.
Go to Disney. Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
Soren? No, never done it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's totally worth it. You got to do it for the music alone.
We went right next to it because Emily had to go to the bathroom. So we went in the building where it's in. So I could go to the bathroom, but we didn't actually ride it.
That hurts me.
We made it a point to go ride Guardians the second time over that.
Okay. That doesn't hurt me. That's what I would do
that was
too.
So the day that we went to Epcot was the day that also we were scheduled to do Fantasia Fairways, the mini golf course. So we were on a time crunch.
No, the fancy one too.
The fancy one? You mean the hard one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I warned everybody before we went. I was like, guys, just so you know, this is not a normal mini golf course. They're like, what do you mean? I said, well, okay, when we go here, you're going to see one with all the fancy Disney characters and all the fun stuff. That's called Fantasia Gardens. It's a great miniature golf course. We're not doing that pussy shit. We're doing the real man's golf course over here, Fantasia Fairways. Even better, we get there. My Disney ID gets us to park for free. So that's already great as is. And we go up and I start talking to the guy and I noticed that his badge is from North Carolina. So I asked him like, what part? And he's like 5 minutes away from Fayetteville. So we get to talking. I was like, oh, I went to Methodist.
Oh.
And he's like, are you a golfer? I was like, yeah, I am. Professional golf or a PGA of America certified. Methodist is pretty well known for that. He's like, and we started talking about the golf industry, and by the end of like a 10-minute conversation, as everybody else is like getting done in the bathroom and like getting ready to go, he's like, grab your clubs and go, have fun.
Wow, that's such a small world thing too.
Yeah, he said that. He said you're gonna enjoy
Wow.
this. He said because I told him I was looking forward to it. Like I've been waiting since college to play this mini golf course. I've been excited. I know it's challenging. I
Yep.
know it's difficult. I will be under par, and like I'm looking forward to this. And he was waiting whenever we came back in to see what my score was, and I think I finished like 8 or 9 under, or 7 or 8 under par, something like that.
Yep. That's nuts. That's really good. That makes sense because you love golf.
I was half the strokes of the second best person in our group.
Gosh, I mean that
It
makes
was
sense.
bad.
You would crush me in that.
Oh, dude, I was loving it. I walked out. Every hole, I'm walking to the hole to get a feel for it, to like feel the undulation under my feet, like let it. Oh, it's just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I love mini golf because I love the theming. I'm not good. So like it is that one I've never done because it's just so hard.
Go with
But
me. It's worth it. It's.
I mean I
it
want
is-
to do it one day for sure.
It is unreal. Like Pop Stroke is the Tiger Woods inspired one that everybody talks about now down in like
Yep.
Florida and Myrtle Beach and like all the southern areas. Nothing on Fantasia fairways. Absolutely fucking nothing.
I want
Fantasia
a pop
fairways.
stroke up here so bad.
I do and I don't. They're so pricey.
Are they super
It's like-
pricey? That sucks.
It's like $25 for 18 holes.
Wow.
And it's
for
not
mini
that
golf?
high of quality. Like it's good by all
Yeah,
means. Like it
that's
is
crazy.
good, but like the theming is what makes mini golf fun.
I can't remember what the Disney one wasn't even close to that. I think.
No, it's like I
Now
think
from what
15
remember,
bucks.
I would have noted that.
I think
Yeah.
it's like 15.
It was really well priced.
Yeah.
Because I've done the other one, Fantasia Gardens.
Yeah.
That theming, dude. That
Oh, dude,
theming
it's
is
unreal.
top
That is like
notch.
one of the premier themed mini golf courses in the world,
Mhm.
I would say. The only other one that I think comes close and might beat it if it weren't for like the Disney IP is a course called Hawaiian Rumble in Myrtle Beach. You play around a volcano. It is perfect. They give you a lay every time you go and play. It's not a difficult course, but Jimmy Buffett's music is playing in the background the entire time. It's where they host the Masters of mini golf. In case you didn't know that was a
That's
thing,
funny.
it's a thing. They have a full
Yeah,
Masters,
I heard
U.S.
about it.
Open, PGA, and British Open championship of mini golf in Myrtle Beach, and this is the home of the Masters.
Wow.
It's fantastic. It's the only one that I would put on par with Fantasia fairways.
Hmm.
But
I mean, that does sound fun. I won't even lie.
before we get back to the
Ugh.
league, I got to ask you about this past weekend though. This is your first Masters watching as like a fan of golf, or like at least a fan of somebody playing. Right?
Fan of a player, yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it's amazing to watch. I mean, it's always fun to watch. But when you actually like somebody, it's a lot more brutal on you. You can just tell it's so hard, which makes it so sad. Because you know your dude's like trying his heart out. I think what sucked was DeChambeau like totally just felt the pressure.
Yep.
You could tell, and decided to chase. Like he thought he had to get aggressive to win.
he
And
did.
I was like, dude, just keep chilling. Rory will come back. Just keep chilling. And he just, I don't know, he blew it open. Going for that shot. I don't even remember the hole.
11.
I just knew the second it went into the water, I was like, oh, this
Oh,
blows.
11.
And
to aim
at
in the
that
corner.
point, he was so far behind. I was like, he doesn't stand a chance. And I had to do stuff, like, I had to help with the baby and stuff, so I was like, basically after that, I zoned out, and I just kept, like, checking, to see if he was starting to come back, and
Yeah.
it just never happened, and I was so sad. But I tried to tune back in, because I knew, like, Rose was finishing well, and I was like, he's getting hot, this could be spicy, probably won't be. I'm sure Rory just finishes it out. And Rory did like the most Rory way to win
Yep.
it ever, like choked into unchoke.
I mean, I'm happy he
Which is
got it.
classic.
I saw people trying to say that this Masters was better than 2019, to which I would say, fuck right off. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. But like, the thing that made Tiger's major in 2019 so impressive, because the drought between Rory's major wins is almost identical to the drought between Tiger's, but obviously Tiger kind of more well known. I hate to say it, not even well known, but
Well,
it's
yeah.
Tiger. Like it's Tiger.
He was also just better, like peak.
Yeah. The thing that separates Tigers out is like when you think about how Rory won it. Yes, Rory choked down the stretch, but like he had to hold on from himself. Realistically, it didn't. Realistically, the only pressure that was put on him was brought in by his own mental. Tiger was I think a stroke behind the lead going into 11 or going into 12, the par 3, and the two people in front of him both dunk it in the water. And there's all the pressure in the world. If you hit a good shot in this moment, the tournament's done. Or not done. It's not done, but like you start that pathway where you have to clutch out. And he hit every shot that he needed to in that moment to do it. And the leaderboard was way more packed than this leaderboard was. You had Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka. You had every major name that you could think of, Ricky Fowler, back in 2019, on top of the leaderboard with Tiger. And he just played the Tiger Sunday game to win it. It was unreal. Yep. Anybody trying to compare Rory's to that, while the shot on 15 is going to go down in history as like one of the most beautiful golf shots we've ever seen. Had he made the putt, it would have been a different story, but he once again fucking missed it. Like, it's not going to compare to that. But it was great to see him win.
I think the 2019 one, though, was like just too big of a spectacle. Yeah. Like, and like you said, he was just bigger and we all knew him better. Maybe it just fits better because Tiger was the guy our whole lives.
Yeah.
Like, most of it. And then that drought was nuts. So then seeing him climb back up the mountain, especially after everything that happened, I mean...
5-iron to the face. Great.
Yeah, lot of stuff. I mean, cheating on a Swedish model, crazy move. And
with 111 women, even crazier.
Yeah.
His body count.
Crazy move.
His body count alone during the course of him being married is one that puts porn stars to shame. Like, that's wild. That's fucking wild.
And I just refuse to believe honestly, I think it's safe to say that all 111 of them, probably there wasn't one hotter than his wife that he had at the time. Because she was a Swedish supermodel. Like, yeah. No way, bro. Maybe one of the 111. But I'm going to guess that man went down just horny.
Yeah.
That man was deep in horny jail.
Look.
And he did eat it. He ate it. He wasn't like...
Quite literally. Reconstructive jaw surgery. Ate it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he took his lumps. I mean, the mental... I know this sounds like I'm making an excuse for him, but it's actually probably the worst sport to have that kind of thing happen to you and get out.
No, you want to know the worst part about that? His first tournament back. His first tournament back after getting his jaw imploded after wrecking his SUV into a tree and a fire hydrant, okay, was at Augusta in 2010. Do you know what he finished? Dude hadn't played a competitive golf tournament in months. Was a disgrace to the public image. Was a fucking head case in his own regard. He finished 4th. That's nuts. Crazy. That's nuts. Crazy. That's insane. Like, I get the expectation is for Tiger to win, but like, it's not normal to come back to a major as your first tournament back and do that.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he just went through a lot, which I know it sounds silly saying it that way because in my head, it's like when I say he went through a lot, I'm also sitting here like, well, if you self-inflict the whole thing, it kind of
Yeah.
makes it tougher. But he did. It's technically is going through a lot. So when it does work out, it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things.
You're reading the
What did it
chat
say?
message,
Have you
aren't you?
seen the Tiger leak test messages? That brother is a pervert.
Dude,
Wow.
dude, he's a
I
fucking
mean,
horn
yeah,
dog.
I
He is a
I
horn.
get
How do
that.
you think you bag 100 women? Okay,
Yeah, I get he's
you're like
horny.
the thing you got to realize is that Tiger's not hitting every time he sends a message. So he's like, I don't know what his hit rate
Dog.
is, but my dude's just fucking
I
sending it.
might be in the. There's probably other career fields that are like this, but I might be in one of the few career fields that have dudes getting close to Tiger numbers. Like, there's dudes out here trying in the army to get close to Tiger numbers. Unfortunately, they're not trying in the best of ways. They just go to colleges and pray that all the girls are 18, and then you watch them get kicked out. But
Oh god. Oh god.
I've seen my fair share of hornballs, and I swear to you, bro, it ends the same like so often for those dudes. It's just like
Yep.
you can tell them, bruh, just don't go find one and chill out. You'll be successful. It is my one theory, though. I do think Tiger for this. Getting back to actual sports, not talking about that. It has been my one theory my whole life that the best athletes in the world like stick with a woman during their peak. And when they lose them, that's when their peak starts to fall. And like that's just been my working theory. I think one of the outliers I had was
Phelps.
close to Brady. Close. Who?
Phelps.
Phelps.
He didn't have a woman by his
Phelps
side.
would. Yeah, but I don't. Well, you like swimming, so I won't say that. But
Brother, come on. He's
swimming ain't my thing. Yeah,
most
my bad.
Olympic medals of all time, one of the most exciting races ever.
No, yeah, but he doesn't. All I'm saying is he doesn't matter for my theory because
Okay,
I'm not a
okay,
swimming
okay.
guy.
Fine.
So I don't really like. It is what it is. You know what I mean? My theory is mainly like sports. I'm addicted to, I guess. But yes, Phelps would be an outlier. But if you look at like most of the dudes who've won titles in most sports that we know as like goats, you know what I mean?
Yep.
More often than not, their family life wasn't like a huge problem for them. Now they could have been cheating or whatever. Who cares? They're like really big athletes. Probably happening. But the most of them had like something stable. Or like a chick who held them down.
I mean, look at the top, 4 quarterbacks in the NFL right now? I don't know if Hurts has a girl. I don't think he does.
He does now,
Okay, he does
but he
now.
didn't.
But Mahomes, Josh
Yeah,
Allen.
Mahomes. Allen is new to having a girl.
Nah, they've been together for like 2 years.
Well,
2, 3
yeah, but
years.
he's not married yet.
No, but
The
like
marriage stuff
again,
is real.
still locked down in your prime. Joe Burrow, the opposite.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The
Good
complete
point.
opposite.
And almost did it, but got beat by a married man. And Hertz got engaged right after the Super Bowl. So he knows what sustained success takes. That's all I'm saying. But
Clearly.
I guess Phelps is like my only outlier. Was he never married that whole time?
I don't think he was, no, because the rumors with the Olympic Village are wild.
Well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, most of them I just know. Like I know MJ was married that whole time. He was popping off, but it was Rocky. Obviously Rocky. It's MJ. But he was married. Because I had to Google it because MJ is my GOAT, like of all sports. Of course, you know why. So
I have a story I will tell you off stream on that. But I can say with confidence that while you think that MJ is an example of yours, he is not.
well, I get his marriage was Rocky. He was still married.
Oh, that's not what I mean. We'll talk about it afterwards. That's my dad's story.
Wait, you don't think he's a GOAT?
No, he's a GOAT for sure.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
it's the theory that you're pushing here that I'm disagreeing with for
Oh, being
MJ.
held down by somebody.
Yeah.
Well, I just grandfather
Brother was
MJ in
not held
because he
down.
was married.
Brother was not held down. I promise you
Don't have
that.
to be
He might
held
have been
down.
married. He was not held down in any way,
Don't have
shape, or
to be
form.
held down. Don't have to be held down.
Phil Belichick didn't
Just
get
have
held
to be
down until
married.
later in life.
Belichick was married his whole run.
Was he?
So was Brady. Yeah, Belichick was married. He got divorced after it
Oh,
all blew
shit.
up.
Damn.
Which, I mean, yes, all these dudes cheat. I get that they cheat. I ain't saying they don't cheat. I'm saying you gotta have a chick who can manage some of the stuff back home.
So is that
Just
why
manage the stuff.
we're fucking up in North America? Players haven't found some way to hold them down. We got Busio posting thirst traps out here atop of the league. He's the reason why we're struggling. Is that what is that the connection you're trying to draw here?
It could be. I mean, it could be. I mean, League, I've never used it for because no League players are like married.
Doing B. He had the wife buff.
I mean, B's the only one I know.
There's a few others that are married. Not
But
many.
I also like this ain't even meant as hate, but I've just assumed that most of the League players who are like super good, like I don't know, this is a working theory obviously, but like Giga Autism must supersede the marriage buff in some capacity that I just don't know yet because Faker is a huge outlier. So
Bro.
it has to supersede in some way.
Oh my god.
There's something I don't know yet that supersedes it. Which what was you what'd you get tweeted at? Or what
Oh.
Horizon tweet at you that we're supposed to talk about on here?
Yeah. I'll let you read it out.
Do I need to go find it?
Oh, I thought you had it pulled up. You like
No,
pulled up
I
your
can
computer.
go find
I
it.
got you. I got you. He said, and I quote, "The reason fans aren't interested in the LTA is because it's gotten too soft. It's too polite, too controlled. It's not genuine. It feels fake, and fans don't like that."
Yep. We've been saying this. We're probably gonna echo chamber you on this one.
I'll take it a step further.
Yeah.
I'll take it a step further.
Okay.
I think we got a bit of the Coachella effect going on.
Coachella effect. You'll have to explain to me. I'm out of the loop.
So what's happened with Coachella is it's basically become like a rich kid influencer playground, and it went away from like the basic like it was about the music and people going to celebrate and have fun. Like there was always like the rich part of it and like the celebrities and influencers going in and like getting their photos and shit like that, but that's kind of taken over more and more of it as of late. And I'm willing to say that like League has pretty much just become like this status thing of like, oh, I mean status for them, for like the players that are there, of like, oh, I made it and I'm just gonna grind, but like they don't understand like what made it special in the first place because they're too many generations removed, and they don't get it. They don't know why people fell in love with the esport, and they're not able to translate that themselves into a personality on broadcast that would make it entertaining for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that people are very, very like not into trash talk, or the people who've stuck around for some reason don't like trash talk to the point of they just like don't like anything that could be even thought of as mean. But that's like trash talk isn't supposed to be this like just mean thing, and I think some people like kind of over embellish saying, "Oh, it's just hate speech" the second somebody starts trash talking. But in reality, like what made the older rivalries fun was there was actual genuine trash talk. Like you could tell they were all being genuine. The stuff that they're doing in LTA now is like even in the cage or the
Ugh.
basement, whatever, the dumpster room. they just like try to make the players say something that's trashy that doesn't really work because they don't actually care or they don't feel it. And a lot of them are friends. And to be honest, there's so little, I guess, player change, and so many players have just bounced around teams. Most of these guys aren't going to trash talk people they've played with forever.
Yeah. Like
Like,
they're all
yeah,
fucking friends. All of them.
yeah.
And it's like there's no I don't get the sense of animosity within any of them at all. And
Mhm.
it's like I'm sorry, if I wanted to see a group of friends play a video game, I would go watch the Sidemen and
And
content creators and like Los Ratones.
who's brand loyal? Is Blabber the only Blabber and Core JJ? Maybe?
Core JJ and TL, yeah, I would agree. Blabber C9,
Blabber and
sure.
C9?
FlyQuest, I still don't associate any of those players yet with like FlyQuest long term. Like they're the team now, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's still not like that identity to a certain extent.
Yeah, and Blabber and Core are not trash talkers.
No, Blabber most definitely not. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight at all.
Yeah. And Sven, it's hard for Sven to be like the leading trash talker, or well, Bwipo's doing good, but Bwipo, it's rough for him to be one. I think it's just Bwipo's stuff is really good. It's just I don't know. Bwipo
There's
doesn't feel like he's loyal to a team, I guess.
that, but also like there's nobody to bounce off of Blippo.
No, and Sven doesn't work because Sven has been on like all these teams at this point.
And Sven's personality is also like Sven's gonna hear what Blippo says and just be like, all right, whatever, bro. Like whatever.
Yeah.
You say your shit, fine. You're fucking dumb, you're wrong, but like whatever. There's nobody that's willing to like sit there and have like that ego argument with Blippo to be like, no, like here's why you're fucking wrong, or you're just like and call him out on shit that they might think that he needs to be called out on. Or everybody just genuinely agrees with him. And like it is what it is. I get guy in chat said Vulcan called 100 Thieves animals on pros. But none of them fucking mean that. Like that's my problem is
Pros
like
has also been like the best way to get some genuine stuff though.
some, yeah. It depends on the mix of players.
Mm-hmm.
This past week was good. It was the EG reunion. It was kind of like nostalgic to hear them talking about like the days of old. But just like I don't know. The thing is like it's one thing to talk about like rivalries and shit talking. It's another thing to show it. And like using Rory from this past weekend. When he won, that emotion that overcame him was so raw and genuine.
Mm-hmm.
What LTA pro are you going to see emotion like that? Maybe Sniper if he wins the LTA. That's the only player that I can sit here and say, like, yeah, I think they will show, like, that level of emotion at any point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, see, even on the YouTube side, I don't know. He could be joking. I really don't know. But John Y in the chat says, like, players should say slurs at each other. Let's be super edgy. That's why trash talk just hasn't worked in
Nope.
LTAs, because people, like, if you trash talk, they instantly, like, jump
Just
to that. They're like,
yeah.
oh, we're basically calling each other the worst slurs of all time. And it's like, brother, I think they're just, like, screwing around.
Yeah.
And I don't really know. I mean, but that doesn't work in NA. Like, I don't even know what you say. Like, because NBA stuff feels like actually genuine. Like right now, the hate between like Pacers fans and Knicks fans and Bucks fans, right? And Bucks and Knicks and Pacers, that circle of fans right now, and if you could honestly add Pistons in there because they're starting to get better, is like what else do you like? That is actually genuine, like bona fide trash talk and hate until the game ends. When the game ends, it all chills out. Like, nobody's actually out here genuinely hating each other. I don't actually hate somebody who's a fan of any of those. But during the games and before the games, it's really fun build up. During the game, it feels like the game means everything. Every single game inside of that best of 7 feels incredible because you want them to win so bad because of all the trash talk you said that you're hoping will be backed up. But in League, if you do that, like, I don't think people have the ability to like switch it. And I don't know if it's because League fans just don't go outside enough or what. Like, don't talk to enough people or how it is. If they don't like know, everything is online for a lot of them. So maybe I'm just like way out of it and they don't talk to people face to face. But like, I know enough people get what we're saying and could do it. But it's obviously a lot of people are so like chronically online that they just can't handle any trash talk. I mean, look at T1 stuff.
To chat's point, I do have to correct myself on this. Umpty did cry whenever he won, so that's good. We had one player. I agree. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard.
Oh, are they saying that the players care?
Yeah, Umpty did cry, and that like I completely forgot
Contracts
about that.
cried a year ago.
Yeah, I
as
just
well
don't.
when
I
they
don't feel like it's like. I don't know. It sounds dumb, but like. Maybe it's just not enough. Maybe it's just not. Maybe it's just not enough. I guess in that sense, like I get winning is everything, but like, I guess here's my problem. For Umpty's one of the more vocal people, sure, but like, players don't show the like. I don't connect with the emotion prior to these big moments where they win. So that whenever they do finally open up and show this emotion, like it's great to see them do it. But like I want to connect with you more prior to that. And that's where I guess it's lacking for me is like I have a hard time like seeing or like having the drive, having the emotion of everything translate over other than the extreme moments. Like the moment last year with C9 and Berserker like headbutting a fucking wall. Like, it took until that extreme moment for us to realize, like, oh shit, this dude, like, is really fucking trying and really caring. You didn't get to see the build up to that moment. You just saw, like, the clip of them releasing, of them saying, like, this fucking happened. And it's like, ugh. I don't know. It's tough. Maybe it's just not. Maybe I'm not connecting with it. Maybe I'm not watching the right content pieces. Maybe like I'm just. But I feel like I'm in the loop more than most are. And it's still not connecting with me, or maybe it's just not landing with me. For whatever reason.
I mean,
memory was also short term on my fault. I completely forgot about the contracts and Upty thing.
Well, yes, players have cried, but I don't know. Maybe there are some people who that meant a lot to, right? Like contracts crying, crying, stuff like that. But crying like in finals, usually a lot of people do it who don't win often. So for he has never won anything. So that was a big deal for him. He's gonna cry. For contracts, it had been so long, it meant a lot to him, and that is really good stuff, and it shows their passion. But after that, what's a content thing or anything you know of or contracts that you can think of off the top of your dome?
There was a piece
Or
with NRG.
I guess I'll leave that to chat.
There was a piece with NRG where they did like a hot wings question thing like at the beginning of 2023. That's the only content piece.
Yeah.
I remember them doing like trivia. But
yeah, I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like the thing I feel like Riot is kind of actually I will say the contracts one is I think a good example because the one thing that stood out there was that Riot did the episode of The Drive on him. And talked about his backstory. So we got filled in on a lot more of the stuff about contracts than anybody else. Because he had the history. those content pieces are a great example of like things that help you connect with players in ways that just for whatever reason it's not working otherwise. Not everybody's going to tune into an hour-long podcast to hear like conversation pieces about it. Like the reality is we want to see those stories presented to us in a manicured way. And
Mm-hmm.
when was the last time we had an episode of The Drive?
I don't know.
When was the last
I
time we had?
Want to say,
Go ahead.
John said if you're watching the Guma Smash thing, I wouldn't. The last thing I would want is to inspire my own parasocial fans. Parasocial is sports.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
it's just how sports are. I that's something I get people want to avoid. But like everyone is parasocial if you're watching sports.
Yeah.
Unless you're a part of the team, which almost nobody is. Like that's just how it is. I mean,
And I
it's
get
kind of an unavoidable thing, which like you can sit here and say, "Oh, but let us clarify, we don't want the bad people to do bad things all day." Like, yes, nobody ever wants the bad people to do bad things. But there's so much good in sports that happens from the parasocial fans, such as them existing, because it's the only way they exist, is people like loving living out a sport that they're not good enough to play. I mean, if you're watching this, more than likely you don't play. And you don't participate regularly
Dude, I've never watched.
in
I've never
LCS.
played a game of football in my life yet. I'm still watching it.
Yeah. So you're like, and it's fine. That's an okay thing. It's just how it goes. And the whole point of the trash talk is that it does bring fans into like, and more importantly, it gives media something to post.
Yeah.
And media can use well. Now there is media problems that can happen. I mean, one good example of media issues right now is the NBA is going through a renaissance of media change.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of people calling out the negativity and the fact that old players and young players need to quit acting like each other's generation sucks at basketball and they need to start propping each other up, like the history of the game and the newness of the game and the way football does, because football is honestly so successful because football just celebrates what it is. Now one guy I've had problems with that my friends are like, he's Tom Brady, he can do what he wants, is Tom Brady does a lot of like quarterbacks just aren't good anymore, which maybe he's being genuine, but it's not like the best thing to say,
I agree.
because then that's when you start the bad side of parasocial, right? Where a lot of fans hear Tom Brady say quarterbacks just don't play good football anymore. And then all of a sudden, everybody who doesn't want to think for 2 seconds and go, maybe he just sees the game different than the way football is right now, which he slightly does. I
Yep.
mean, he's
Oh,
always going to see
it's
it different. He was a
absolutely
way
a different
different
game.
QB than everybody else. And then all those people are just going to parrot him because they don't know what they're talking about, and they're just going to be, and they're going to be way more aggressive about it. Like he could be chiller about it, and maybe it means more coming from him.
Yeah.
But when Joe Schmo at the burger shop goes, I just think QBs don't see the game the way they should anymore, is like, okay, bro, we hear you,
Yep.
but also like, chill. Like, come on, bro. You're never like, that's not your spot to be dumping on the game that hard, because football is great, and we know you're watching every Sunday. And it's the same thing with League. Like, if the players, one thing that has sucked, and we talked about with co-streaming when it first came out, was Doublelift and Dom, which Dom's gotten way better.
Yes.
He has gotten way better, but Doublelift and Dom at the start just
Oh.
dumped on the league so bad that I actually genuinely think he killed it. And I'll stand by that for a long time.
No, I 100% agree. Like we both got so much shit
Oh, we got
for
a lot of
saying
flame
that
for that.
early on. That like double lift sitting here and just I remember I think it was Cody's son that he like really picked on in one of his clips. It's just like this dude's fucking trash. Like why does he have a team? And it's like, brother, you can't be saying that shit on a broadcast.
Yeah.
Like you can't. because you're going to send an army of hate this guy's way. Your opinion, unfortunately, given the how short-sighted I guess a lot of fans are, is going to dictate a lot of people's feelings about these players. And you can say that they're bad in more respectful manners. Or in a more respectful manner. And he just laid on it and laid on it and laid on it. And like, we went from the days where Double F's co-stream was what, like 25,000 people average at all times.
Holding in the 30s at the start.
Yeah. And then it just fell off a cliff, like drastically.
And that's the thing about Cadrill that's been, I think, better. Cadrill, when he sees something bad, he memes it away.
Yes.
He doesn't sit there and dump on the players the whole time. He'll usually meme it off, which I thought was good about Cadrill. Even though I haven't even loved Cadrill's co-streams, the whole time he's done it, I've respected the fact that he has, like, not taken his fan base and been like, we need to dump on this guy super hard. He sits there and goes, what are you doing? Like, freaks out, does this huge freak out. People love it. And that's what it's focused on, is him freaking out, not the players doing something really bad and then them getting flamed super hard. But yeah, our guys were like naming players.
Yeah.
And being like, this guy sucks. Why is he even in the league?
Yeah.
And like calling for them to be fired, which is like crazy business for somebody who's an official anything with the broadcast. That's nuts for any broadcaster to say that. Like, they say it in the NFL sometimes, right? And even then, the NFL cracks down on it, which they should. Like, when they'll say, like, certain QBs obviously aren't meant to be there, that's a stand-in. That's fine to say. When they say a guy looks so bad, why is he even there? The NFL, like, you can tell the next game, they'll change the way they talk about that QB.
Yep. They'll start criticizing the plays more.
Yes. And the NFL will reach out and be like, come on, you can't be dumping on our players that hard. And that's a good thing. And that's what honestly, that's what great marketing and PR departments do. Yeah. They help keep you from doing that, like, and letting the media do that. And I think that's what NBA is learning from NFL. Like, they're starting to teach people, hey, we got to celebrate the Trae Youngs.
Yeah.
Even if, like, the Hawks and Trae Young is a foul baiter, whatever, if you think that, that's fine. But you got to celebrate guys who are really good on bad teams, because that's what that fan base has. That's it. Yep. And if you keep dumping on them, their fans are just going to be like, well, everybody just hates us. And they're going to slowly tighten more and tighten. And they'll only watch their team's content. And then eventually their team will just keep sucking long enough where they'll be like, I just can't take it anymore. They'll get sick of the same old content. And they've already fallen out of love with the game elsewhere, because who wants to go watch 29 other teams if nobody even likes your team? So what's the point? And you just stop loving the game. I see it happen all the time. I mean, you see it happen in every sport. So in League, it just happened on... Yeah, it happened in League on steroids, pretty much. But we also didn't have the fan base to bleed, if we're being honest.
No. And by all means, like, I'm aware that, like, I don't know if people have seen this or, like, noticed this in the last, like, week. I cut down pretty massively from the amount of times that I tweeted last week to this week, because when I was trying to spitball, like, conversations and ideas and things that were coming to my head, which Twitter, like, that's naturally just very free-flowing thought for me. The only thoughts that I could think about were, like, around the state of the league, because there were really no storylines that I wanted to pursue beyond that. I have to edit the rendezvous after this still. I still have not got fucking around to it. And then I have to film the pit tomorrow. When I filmed the rendezvous, like, I sat there and was like, what do I say? Like, it's meaningless best of ones that I give zero shreds of a shit about until we're actually in a group where it matters. And like, beyond that, like, you can just tell from everybody that nobody fucking cares. And like, I don't want to go out on social media and just start talking about viewership numbers and all this, because I know some people get pissed off with that shit, and it just brings a circle of negativity. But it's like, I also don't believe, like, it can't possibly be a good thing to just not say anything at all, which is the alternative right now, because there's no fucking storylines for people to give me. I don't know, like, what major storyline is there in the LTA this week, other than, like, maybe Lion can upset 100 Thieves? That's it. Beyond that, like, every game, I don't know, to me at least, every game is meaningless. Best of ones fucking suck. I will keep saying that until the end of time. I hate them. I don't enjoy watching them. I want best of threes with my team. And, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't, like, it's hard for me to get excited about the current state of things. And it's like, next week, hopefully things will rebound a little bit more. But you killed momentum entirely for me. My viewership numbers on YouTube fucking tell you the story. I can't pay to get a video to break 1,000 views when talking about North America, outside of bring back the LCS is the one video that went over 1,000 views when just talking about NA. You can't, like, people are not watching. And it's not fun to have a conversation with fucking nobody. Any sports fan will tell you that. That's why I host these watch parties, to try and get people together to fucking talk about this shit in person, to give us, like, some sort of conversation going. But, like, when people stop talking and people stop caring, it just creates this cycle. And I get why people are upset at the negativity of, like, oh, content creator. I saw it in chat. Like, content creators and those in the space, like, they carry the weight of, perpetuating this negativity. I hate to tell you, but it's either that or they stop fucking talking, because they're the only people passionate enough to have a fucking voice. And I should be proof of that for people. If you want to, like, go out there and promote positivity at all times, and you think that there's a narrative being missed, you could be creating content on it. Mm-hmm. You could be doing all the same fucking shit that I'm doing without problem. I don't know what to tell people.
I will say one thing I'm thinking about is League could... Well, man, I'm really trying to flesh this out better. But one comment that was made that I thought was pretty good was K-Hit said,
Kevin
is
Hit,
running into the baseball thing. How are you developing what?
That's Kevin Hit. He runs, I believe. Kevin, don't kill me for this. I need to look it up.
Yeah.
I want to say the Esports Observer.
Okay. Yeah, he said, how are fans come from players? Yeah, there isn't enough players in high school anymore. Okay. One good thing he made me think of because of the baseball thing is...
The Esports Advocate. Sorry to cut you off. I just want to make sure that was very clear there.
Now that is important.
Yep.
One big thing baseball's done that I think Riot failed to do. They didn't want to, and I get why they didn't, but it doesn't work in America. And it worked elsewhere, and that's obvious because all the other regions are still alive, but we're not. Baseball has finally gone, hey, we'll welcome IP. They're doing anime nights. They're doing all sorts of different nights with movies. They're doing Marvel stuff, all these different things. And that is just how America functions. I couldn't tell you why, but our theme parks, they're all moving IP, and they're all doing the best they've ever done attendance-wise. And there's a reason. They charge more than they ever have, and people are still showing up. I can tell you that because I love Disney with a passion. Those lines are so long, and everyone tells me it keeps getting expensive. No one's gonna show up, and I show up and go, another 2-hour line. God bless America, and I stand there for 2 hours. But baseball nights keep working. Basketball's doing stuff with IP. You have the movie theaters pretty much only doing sequels because they know that's the only way to live.
Yep.
Poor COD. We hope you're okay, COD.
Hey, Center's got great reviews. Center's got great reviews.
Yeah.
That's apparently, it's not a sequel.
True.
We'll see.
True. the Minecraft movie is an original,
Yep.
but that's based on a video game, and that crushes. It way outdoes everything everybody thought it would. And what does Riot Games do? They go, by God, we're holding firm. You'll get Spirit Blossom and you'll like it. And people are like, I'm sitting here thinking, bro, you take what IP? You know what? I'm referencing them again, and this is twice in one podcast because I love the game so much. Clash of Clans
Oh Jesus
does
Christ!
they're doing a WrestleMania thing right now,
Really?
and it's going crazy for people. My clan won't stop talking about using the Undertaker troop. They made a troop for the Undertaker, like like a legitimate only used for this event troop, and people are loving it. Like I think a week ago or a month ago was the military one. It was just kind of them doing their thing, normal ones again. And then a little bit before that was a soccer one,
Oh, Ronaldo,
or that might
Messi.
have been last year. No, last year they did a World Cup one, I think. Yeah, I can't remember when they did the soccer one, but they did Holland or whatever, Holland. I don't know how you say his
Yeah.
name. The Erland dude, the tall blonde guy, skinny. That's basically every soccer player. My bad, but they did him, and
You didn't have to call out Sweden like that, bro. Jesus Christ.
they did him, and it went so hard for people. Like some people hated it, some people loved it, and every time they do something that's IP based, people eat it up or they talk about how stupid it is. But either way, guess what they're doing? They're talking about the game. So IP stuff just hits, and I know like Americans or not Americans, League fans, right? And Riot thinks IP is stupid and IP glazing is bad. But even the NFL, like literally the supreme leader of sports, woke up one morning and decided SpongeBob needed to host a playoff game.
And it's fucking
And
fantastic. That's the worst
it
part.
works. It works.
It's
We
so
talk about
good.
it so much. We talk about it so much.
It's created
And
so many memeable moments with the
Yep.
Patrick start. That's not what he meant to cook.
yeah, and it just works. So it's like I don't know when they're going to decide, like, as a company, that the way you speak to youngins is IP. But IP is just what works in America right now. If you like did a Stitch Fizz skin,
Oh,
I'm telling you, like that would actually work on youngins.
Emily might start playing League of Legends. Emily would
Yeah,
require. Emily
people would check it out.
she would require me to become a Fizz one trick for at least a
Yep.
week. I'm 100% with you. To
Yeah.
chat's point, Khan's fantastic point on this, bro. The amount of Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite content I have seen over the last week and a half has been absolutely absurd. And you want to know the worst part? Guess who's using the Sabrina Carpenter skins?
Who?
Fucking 18 to 22-year-old white men in college. It's the
Yep.
college kids that are using the Sabrina Carpenter skin and doing the fucking dances with it. It's like, oh
Yep.
my god, they got crushes on her and they're fucking using the skin. It's like, well played. The skin that I used the most in Smite prior to moving over to League of Legends was a Scotty skin. She has a dog with her. They made a Legend of Korra skin, and it was Korra and her dog. I cannot remember the dog's name, but like, dude, I ate that shit up. I ate that shit up so hard. It was like, oh yes, please.
No, that really is the stuff you like can do to save something. It sounds like a joke and it sounds like a cheap trick, but it really isn't.
No.
Like, because I remember people loved, what was it? What was it? Oh, people loved the Marvel TL jerseys.
Oh my god, yes.
People loved those.
Oh, but dude, I need them. I need somebody. I mean, they're not gonna do
I
it.
think.
What?
John's saying, do I think the youngins love Lilo and Stitch?
Couldn't
I
even
don't
spell Lilo,
think,
right?
brother. I know. I was gonna let that go, but I know they love Lilo and Stitch. You're trying to tell me they don't? No chance. I don't know what youngins you know. Yeah, Because every young, like my brother's school eats up Lilo and Stitch stuff.
Same.
People over here saying, "Do you really know the youngins?" Yeah, my parents took a long time in between doing that secret thing we're not all supposed to know our parents do, and I can tell you this: my brother and I's age gap is like 12 years. I know the youngins still.
Yep.
I have sources. In about a minute, the chat's gonna be like, "Come on, Paul."
To Yuhu's point, she mentioned about Trindamer's statement on Fortnite. Did you see that?
Did I see what?
So basically, Riot was trying to get more Fortnite skins into, or more like
Oh,
arcane skins into Fortnite. They couldn't reach an agreement with Epic, and it's not going to happen now. No more additional arcane skins in Fortnite.
dang.
I'd be curious to know
Unlucky.
what caused that. Is that like sour developer relations? Like, Coco, stop it. I don't know. But regardless,
I mean, that's just nuts to me. That the only show they have in League is Arcade, which is like already a marketing thing for it. So, like, how do you? I don't know, man. I don't know how you look at what Arcane does. Did it just not grow the player base at all?
no,
Like,
the
there's
people.
no
Well, it
way it
did. No,
didn't.
they said that people came in and played, but then they didn't stick around,
Hmm.
which I think is fair and expected. League's not an easy fucking game. It is
Yeah,
not like it is not something simple to.
maybe they're waiting for the Brawl mode to start putting out the Disney skins
I wish, but no.
or the Epic skins.
Do you think
Epic
Riot's like
Universe.
so far up their own ass though on that they're just not going to let it happen? I
They
guarantee
might be.
they've gotten
I
the
mean, it might
opportunity.
be.
There's no chance that.
Toothless Smolder should already
Oh,
be a thing.
imagine.
Like, especially with Epic opening up, why would that not be a thing?
Well,
And with the live action coming out?
here's the problem that I wonder. Would Disney let that happen now that they're I don't remember this. So this is not me like insider shit with Disney, but like isn't Disney and Epic now invested with each other in some capacity? Or was that just for like some Disney
No,
universe thing?
Toothless is Comcast though.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It's
well that's
Universal.
Universal. But I'm saying in general, like
But yeah, Disney I don't know.
Disney and Epic had some sort of deal
No, that's a good
that they
question.
did. That I wonder if that would like Epic and Disney would say like say Riot went and wanted to like license IP. Also, I wonder what position that would put me in.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I didn't know it was that big. Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, they're working with Epic.
What?
Yep. Never mind.
What? No.
That's a huge deal.
What's the details?
$1.5 billion stake in Epic Games that Disney bought.
Majority share or minority?
Has not been what
Not
is the word
disclosed.
they're trying to say? Yeah, it's non-disclosed. They didn't say non-disclosed. They just said like they're acquiring a $1.5 billion equity stake in Epic Games alongside a multi-year project to make an entertainment universe that will reach Disney. Dude, it looks like a Disney MOBA. My God, if they build that, we're in trouble for me. I may be done with the podcast.
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
have
be you ain't
something I
gonna be
need
you
to
ain't
do.
gonna be done with the podcast, sir, because I'm coming fucking with you. Like I don't care. I'm walking to Bob. I don't know what floor Bob Igar's office is at in our building whenever he's in New York, but you best believe I'm going to HR immediately being like, hey, MOBA guy here. Hello. I've already had to clear all my fucking brand deals with you and all this. I'm on your radar. I am. Come on.
This floor is not good. Or this picture. This photo, I'm about to send it to you. This concept art, like, if done, not
I remember
good for me
the
as a
original
person.
content art. Yeah, I remember that.
That, bro, if they built something like that as whatever an MMO, I would be in actual trouble, brother.
Bro. swear to God, Disney releases a MOBA or MMO.
Yeah, an
You
MMO that'd be
look.
problematic.
This is great. It's the Disney fanatic and the Disney guy, and oh, dude, it would be so good.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
It would legitimately be a problem for me.
It's yeah. Oh well, yep. Okay, we can close that one though. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah. Riot Disney skins probably not happening unless
No.
Riot's willing to fork over a ton of cash, which they probably will do everything in their power not to.
Yeah.
But would do them great if they would, in my opinion. Which this isn't a Walt. That photo's from the WaltDisneyCompany.com. So I'm gonna say that's pretty official. It's from 2024.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're taking their time and they're actually building something good, which makes me happy.
I remember when that got posted in our Slack channel. My boss posted it and tagged me. She's like, "What can you tell me about this?" I was like, "I can't tell you shit. Like, I don't know the inner workings of what happens at Epic." What?
Just this video is pretty good. I think it's a battle royale map, though.
Yeah, that'll be like a Fortnite thing. But the thing, like, here's what gives me hope, though. Okay, and why, like, in a world where like League dies or goes away in some capacity, like, League is the predecessor to Dota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dota was a mod on what, StarCraft?
Warcraft, I think.
Or Warcraft or whatever. What, it was a mod on something. The next big genre that will come out will be a mod of some sort of game that's existing right now that just gets flushed out into its own thing. People will get more and more creative, and eventually something will click.
And StarCraft.
And when that happens, it probably, like, it's likely Fortnite, like a mod of Fortnite that somebody does that becomes like a game mode that becomes its own independent game, which then goes from there. Because like think about like the evolution. I know we've talked about this once or twice, but like the evolution of like how we got to Fortnite.
Yeah, no, that's
like
true.
there were like battle royale games that existed. Like, was it not Armada, but like Arma 2 or something like that. Like there was a battle royale there. Then there was like H1Z1 was like the first person to like kind of come and do it as a result of like Minecraft Hunger Games blowing up, and then like people taking that and making that into like its own game mode. Like it was this cascading effect of like a game mode that quickly like gained popularity and just evolved as time went on. And we haven't seen anything new in that space, in my opinion, yet. Like the only thing that we like, Marvel Rivals is not an example because it's a rehashing of like a TFT or a Team Fortress to a Overwatch. Like there's gonna be something that comes, and I'm so excited for when it does. Like that's my favorite part about gaming is like the evolution of shit that comes from it.
Yep,
it's gonna be great.
And I went to find the YouTube video of this. When this got announced, it has 4 million views. And it still has some new comments. But like people are just typing up all the characters they can't wait to squad up as in a squad. Like they're just listing characters in threes.
Jesus
and just
Christ.
like Mickey, Donald, Goofy, like some dude was like, could you imagine Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and Tigger sniping you? Like people are just writing all this stuff. Like one guy said, I'm gonna be like Goku, Michael Myers, and Peter Griffin by the time Disney finishes buying all this stuff and adding it to Epic. And like and they're just going crazy with random groups that they're gonna be. One guy put, "I can't wait to get cooked by Remy." Like they're actually so clever. Like this is nuts, bro.
Oh,
like
God.
one dude said, "I'm about to hit the gritty with Perry the Platypus. Watch out."
Bro, Perry the Platypus would go so hard. Imagine a squad of like him, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and then Phineas and Ferb, or like even better, Ferb and Candace. Bro, or not Candace. Ferb and what's the chick with the black hair, that's Dr. Doofenshmirtz's daughter.
Jessica, I think. Was it?
I think.
Or
I
am
don't
I
know.
way off?
I don't know. Her and Ferb, the two of them
Yep.
being introduced as like a couple and the skin. Oh, it would go so hard.
That would be so good. Could you imagine, bro, if they would have done Vanessa, my bad.
Vanessa, yeah, that's what it was.
A Remy Twitch skin though, bro.
Oh,
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 people would have bought it up, I'm
uh-huh.
telling you. Maybe I'm off, and maybe like people just wouldn't have done that. But I feel like Disney pulls.
I feel like Disney does pull. Yeah.
And like honestly, Universal like too with that toothless smolder skin, that would go crazy. I refuse to believe that wouldn't go hard in the paint for them.
Even though
Which
Smolder's a
I'm just
hated
throwing them
champion.
all out there. True.
And I'm
But I'm
scared.
just throwing them all out there because it's like you have to try something.
That new ADC, by the way, designed by the same person that designed Mbessa and Smolder. And did Asol's rework.
Mm,
I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared. It's like, oh, you're 0 for 3 for me. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but you're 0 for 3. So we'll see. We'll see what you decide to do. But I don't know. I do not know. But anything else on the esports front that we're missing that we haven't talked about? We talked about little to no actual LTA because I don't think either one of us really cares all that much about the upcoming weekend's games. No.
Yeah, I haven't overtly talked about it because it's so it's difficult since they don't matter. I mean the one thing about Ludwig streaming, like I was saying earlier, just tough because I know Lud's co-streaming in studio, which is awesome, but they just had to pick Easter weekend for it, which I know doesn't matter for everybody, but matters for me.
Yep.
So unfortunately, that ruins my ability to convince my wife to watch League of Legends when we're supposed to be doing my daughter's first
Easter.
egg
Yeah.
hunt, and she's 2 months old, bruh. She ain't gonna pick up crap, but whatever. And my wife is like, "We gotta take her egg hunting," and my grandma's like, "I made special little eggs for the little girl," and I'm like, literally cannot find any of those. I will set her down in that grass and she won't move because she's just a dumb 2-month-old baby. Like, don't know why they
You
do all
can't be
this stuff.
calling her dumb. Come on now.
If you saw the faces I saw, you would be like, "Yep, that baby's pretty dumb." She is starting to smile though, which is like the greatest thing in the world. I will say, like, you'll be talking to her and she'll actually smile at you, and you're like, "You have no clue what I said, but I'll take that W." Like, that's awesome. Slightly coos, which is awesome.
Yeah.
She's trying. She puts a lot of effort in, but much like the North American League scene, doesn't go very far.
Just had to go there, didn't you? Uh, I don't know. I'm
I'm actually getting more mad the longer I think about the fact LTA hasn't done anything with Disney, because it's literally, or Universal,
going
they're
to.
right down the road.
They're not going to.
They're
We
right
know at this
down the
point.
road, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're
I
not.
know that's not happening. Yeah, I agree.
No.
They don't have the money.
No, and I'm more worried about I'm just more worried about the shit and what it's gonna look like next year. Like this is we haven't had the conversation yet, and I think it's fine because like there's no sense like really worrying too much about it. But what's next year gonna look like? Like they're making plans for next year already.
Are they?
They have to be. There's no way you're not planning for everything going on right now. There's no way.
I mean,
What do you do?
I don't even know. I know it's so mixed bag on them switching LTA back to LCS. Like, the Discord loves, like, it's split, I would say, pretty down the middle.
Yeah.
Of people either saying that shouldn't happen or it should go back. and it just really throws everybody. And also, Kiki Kelly's like mad weird. They don't drink water is very funny to me. I just wanted to say that, but I think that's a very funny joke, but about babies. But no, it is tough. Like in my mind, you should go back to LCS because that's what people know. And maybe that could bring people back, but it's also one of those things of like, they're not going to stick around, even if somebody came back to watch LCS. I mean, I'm almost fully convinced at this point, if TSM got bought by someone else and came back, it wouldn't change anything.
No, I don't think it would.
So in the gutter.
I don't think it.
Like,
I don't think it does anything at all.
and that brand has been dead for so long. Like, I don't think there's enough there. If you tried to bring them in, like, what, CLG,
No.
I think those two brands are just so dead, it wouldn't do anything. And unfortunately, like, maybe the writing was on the wall when NRG instantly sold their slot. Like, because NRG is not like a stupid company from that perspective. They're not dumb with money, I guess. I mean, they love Overwatch 2, which is pretty silly. But overall, I feel like they're not dumb with money in the sense that, like, if they're going, whoa, after 1 year and bouncing after the success they had, you know what I mean? With winning and then I guess being bad, but still, like, relative success, to go, that's not good, and just leaving, that's pretty worrisome. And then the ones who've really stuck around are either like genuine nostalgia lovers of the league, like Jack and Steve,
Yeah.
or orgs with relative money, I would say.
Yeah.
Like FlyQuest just keeps finding money somehow. Don't ask me how.
Couldn't tell you.
And Dig somehow
Exists.
finds cash.
I'm
don't
gonna be
know how.
interested to see. So Tuesday I have that panel with Greg and Matt who works at Dignitas, Greg who was formerly with CLG. I'm really interested to see where that conversation goes. I talked with the guy who organized it, and I'm like confirmed to be like the influencer content creator side of things, and represent like that portion of like fandom and like the fan side and the fan perspective. But I'm curious to see what their thoughts are in that setting and how honest we get with this conversation, because the panel, the host is going to be the one like asking the questions, and I'm going to answer whatever I can. But I'm curious to see how much she drills into Greg and more specifically Matt on like the state of things, and like, are we going to have an honest conversation about like the state of NA, like where we're at, like the pathway forward. Like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I got past my angry phase of like, the stages of grief of like, I got through the angry one where I'm just lashing out, being really fucking mad.
Yep.
And I've hit the acceptance part of like, we're here for the ride and the fun and whatever the fuck happens next year.
Yeah.
Like I no longer am like worried about that video whenever it comes out at the end of next year saying what's going to happen with North America, because I'm expecting the worst. And I'm expecting to need to pivot in some way, shape, or form soon. Not Travis to Magic the Gathering, but like, whether it's Europe, Korea, whatever it might be. Like, I'm fully expecting to get to that point soon-ish.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the natural progression of most League fans. That's why I told you like weeks ago I'm watching more KC, and you're like, man, I notice you posting about KC when you do it as well, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of, I think that's where things are going, unfortunately.
Yep.
Just it sucks. I mean, it's not very fun that we're having to move regions essentially, but that's just the reality, I feel like, of where things have gone. I mean, I don't know. I think Riot is in this place of NA is like they don't know how to save it.
Nope.
One, two, their method of saving it is just not that good.
It's terrible.
So, yeah, there's no real reason to believe in them saving it.
I'm
Other than you want to cope yourself into loving the game still, which is fair. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I'm just curious to see. I mean, my fate's entirely in the hands of Riot in many ways. Like, my team could be gone. I don't know what's going to happen
True.
with the league. Like, this upcoming year is going to be. I don't know. I think I said 2025 was what, like the hold on point. Like, Worlds is going to be here next year, so we know that like North America is going to be around, but like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to watch like super close because of how nerve-wracking it is that this could be a genuine blow up, not just like a maybe it blows up, you know?
The thing I would say to Con is like it. I'm not saying like when 100 Thieves leaves that I'm like supporting Europe. I want to support North America over everything. But the thing that I'm worried about is like what happens if we consolidate down further? What if they just straight up combine Brazil and North America and only keep like TL, C9, FlyQuest?
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Then what?
Yeah.
Like, because like I have no clue where this is heading. And when that hits, it's like, okay, you couldn't pay me enough to be a fan of Cloud9. Sorry, like you fucking can't. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
really
need
know
I need to
what
not think
you
about it. I need to not think about it and focus on now. But it's impossible to focus on now whenever it's three meaningless best of ones that I do not care about this upcoming weekend at all.
That's fair. I mean, that's what's been hard for me trying to stick out watching simply because it's like I get I get that I want to keep loving this thing, but the format just seems to get worse and worse by year somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And then on top of the format getting worse, like the team turnover is insane outside of I would say the main four. And the main four just keep winning, which is expected at this point because they're the only four that last longer than 4 years.
Yep.
And I don't really like care about the big four left other than 100 Thieves. Like I slightly care about 100 Thieves and I like them as because I like their players and their coaches.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you do. And when the viewership is also just so low that it feels awkward watching,
Yeah.
it is what it feels intimate now, which is like not great. And it feels like the broadcast is bigger than what it should be for what we have viewership wise, to be honest.
To Khan's point, and I agree with it because of what happened with the LCS last year. Worlds next year could very much be the final chapter for so many NA fans.
Yeah,
Where
that's
you get that final hurrah. You saw Worlds, you did the thing one last time, and then you move on. And
sadly true.
you go on with your life after that. I 100% see that as like a point that could happen.
Yeah, that's very sadly true.
But
It's a good fair point.
at least this weekend, hopefully 100 Thieves beats up on Lion and we end these fucking fraud allegation things that happen.
I doubt it.
You doubt that 100 Thieves beats the fraud
No, I
allegations or
doubt
that Lion?
you quit being called frauds.
Oh, I know. Everybody's going to keep saying it. It's fine. It is what it is. The players perpetuate it, so. Anything else before I end it for us this week? Because I got to get to editing.
The players perpetuate it? Why do you think that?
Because Vulcan directly said that we are so coin flipping scrims and that we shouldn't be. And
That's fair. Okay, never mind. I see why.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But anyways, that's gonna be it. Emily's calling me. Any final words?
Hopefully it's MMO. Whatever Disney and Epic are doing.
Be interesting. I have no intel on anything.
Or
So.
a live VR experience of Disney World that I can do and slowly disassociate from my family and ruin my marriage with.
Jesus
That would
Christ.
also be a good choice.
Jesus Christ. All right. That's it for us.